So this is Fyren, which is Swedish for lighthouse. And this is our VIP restaurant, which can basically only be privately booked. So this is probably like one of the most special features on the ship. We don't have anything like this on any other like Viking Line ship. So you have like this panorama view. And the floor in the middle that turns. When this is in use, when we have people sitting and eating or having a meeting, for example, then the floor in the middle is circulating, so you can sit anywhere and you still like get to see the whole panorama view. And then of course we have a LED screen ceiling. Right now we have like blue skies and clouds, but we can change the video playing. So sometimes we have like fireworks, if it's a birthday party, for example, or any kind of celebration, we can have like fireworks. We can have like a night sky with stars and so on. So this is actually quite popular, a bit costly, but if you are a larger group, let's say like 12 persons or something like that, then it's pretty affordable. But yeah, this is one of the special features on this ship. And probably the nicest view on the whole ship, because you can see we are the highest you can get on the ship, like the highest up, and you can see the whole archipelago. This is actually a better view than the captain has on the bridge. We have a beautiful spa, but unfortunately we cannot film like in the spa because it's open and we have customers and so on. But this is the spa area, which is also very nice on this ship. And then we have the Terrace, which is the first like rooftop terrace on the Baltic Sea, built on any ship on the Baltic Sea. So this is especially, of course, during summer. This is a very nice place because you can be outside, but on this route it's usually very windy, also in summer, so it can get quite cold. But now we have like a roofed area outside, which doesn't exist on any other ships on the Baltic Sea. So this is a very nice place. We can actually use this for events and entertainment all the way like during the fall and early spring. We can also use this area for different things. So we can have DJs playing, have parties here like during summer and so on. And actually you can also get food here during summer. We have a restaurant over here, so you can get like hamburgers and stuff like that. So this is also a food restaurant.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
If a customer is maybe wants to have a birthday party,
Yep.
can they come and host their party here?
Yeah, sure.
Do they need to make a reservation?
They need to do a reservation for it. but it can be arranged if basically any area on the ship, any restaurant can basically be privately booked. And it's very common actually that different groups for birthday parties, for example, we also have a lot of companies doing cruises on this ship. So it's very common that a company, for example, wants to rent a whole restaurant or some specific area of the ship and host like a party or something like that. But yeah, this, for example, if it's a birthday party and someone wants to have this like privately, it's completely possible. Yeah.
Fantastic. And how about maybe cake, drinks?
We can arrange that.
Or they can bring.
They need to buy it here, but we can basically make anything happen. We have like large kitchens and of course like bakery on board and everything. So anything the customer wants, we can basically take care of it and fix it. And this ship was as a whole, like Viking Glory, basically have like, let's say, 3 different categories of passengers. So we have cruise passengers that are basically like leisure passengers. They can come here to have a good time, do a cruise. You can basically do 2 different kind of cruises. You can do a short cruise, which means that you leave, for example, today from Turku in the morning in Finland, and then you go to the Åland Islands between Finland and Sweden, and there you change ship. You have 15 minutes time to switch ship, and then you go back to Turku. So you are back in the evening. You leave in the morning with us, and then you take another ship from Åland Islands back to Turku, and you are back in Turku in the evening. That's like a short cruise with a ship change. Or you can do the long cruise, which is 23 hours on this ship from Turku to Stockholm, and then the next morning you are back in Turku. So that's the long cruise.
Which is what we do.
Yeah. And then we also have a lot of like conference guests. They usually do the short cruise. Some do the long cruise, but most do the short cruise. And that's companies, it's different like clubs, for example. So they usually have meetings. We have a large conference area. So they have meetings in the conference area, and then they maybe enjoy some entertainment, some food, and then they go home. So that's the second category. And then the third is different kind of transportation. So we have a lot of trucks on this ship. We have a large car deck, which is very important for our business as a whole. Like the cruise passengers, that's one part, but the big part is actually the trucks on the car deck. So we are transporting, this is the main transportation route from Finland via Sweden and into Europe. So every day we have a lot of trucks on board, and that's also a part of our business. And of course, those who drive the trucks, they also want some entertainment because they are on board maybe for 12 hours and then just continue their journey and driving their trucks to Europe. But here they have 12 hours to eat and take it easy before the voyage continues. So that's the 3 main categories we have on the ship: cruise passengers, conferences, and then transportation. This is the staircase that most content creators usually want to have like pictures of. It's probably one of the most common like pictures from this ship is from this staircase. All right, so this is market, and downstairs we have the marketplace. And this is basically like the heart of the ship. This is the place where most people meet up, for example, when they have been to their cabins and they maybe want to go to grab something to eat, for example. Then you usually need a place where you can meet the other ones in the group. Then this is a good place. Either upstairs, here where we are now, or downstairs. So this is basically like a shopping mall, like the same kind of idea. At the heart of the ship, we have entertainment here. We have bands playing, piano players, troubadours, and upstairs we have a restaurant. So this is one of the most popular restaurants on board. The buffet is probably like the most important restaurant on board and the most popular. But second is this one. which basically works like a shopping mall restaurant. So it's easy access food. What else? Huge LED screen behind the stage, which really it makes a huge difference in this place, because we can change the theme on the LED screen. So depending on the season, we have different kinds of themes. On the ship as a whole, we have a lot of really interesting design. It was a Swedish company actually who designed the interior of the ship. And this is a very different ship. If you think about Viking Line, Viking Line have at the moment, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships, yeah. And this is very unique. It's very different from all the other Viking Line ships, and also very different from all the other cruise ships on the Baltic Sea, because it's a whole different take on the interior design. It looks very different.
It looks very different.
Yeah. So very special. But yeah, that has a lot to do with the Swedish company which designed the interior. And for them, this was a really important place to have like a heart of the ship, 2 storage high, and with entertainment and food. So this is the nightclub, the heart of entertainment on board. This is where we have big artists performing. Every day we have some bands, usually 2 different bands playing on the large stage. And this is where we have most of the entertainment, different game shows and so on. So every day we have a lot of artists playing on this ship. And that all happens here. And this is the sun deck, which of course is during summer, most people sit outside. If it's a nice summer day, this is really the place to be with the bar open, and this is usually packed. Like in July, August, everyone is sitting outside. And as a whole about the ship, so we take 2,800 passengers when the ship is fully booked, 922 cabins on board, and almost 20, if I remember correctly, it's about 20 different categories of cabins. So we have like big suites, we have a bit smaller rooms but with a double bed, and then we have the basic cabins, which are the most popular, which is for 4 persons, 4 beds, with a window or without a window. But those are the most common categories. Then we also have cheaper alternatives. And also for families, for example, 2 cabins between each other, but with a door in between. So you have the kids in one room and the parents can stay in the other room, and then there's a door between the cabins. So a lot of different alternatives. These are probably like the most special features. We have, of course, other restaurants, but those are pretty much the same as on other ships. But these places are like the most unique places on this ship. Yes, I'm Jonathan. I'm the cruise manager on board, so I'm responsible for entertainment. I was also actually part of designing the ship. I was already joining the ship before we went into traffic, so I was also responsible for planning all the entertainment on board the ship.